Look at chapter 16. We covered this a little bit last week, but God opens hearts so that they heed his word. And this is the 13th gospel presentation. The Apostle Paul is giving it. And it's starting in verse 14. A certain woman named Lydia heard us. She was a seller of purple from the city of Thyatira, which is a lot of information right there. She was in the top 1% of 1%. She was really a merchant of purple. That was one of the most costly commodities of the ancient world. And she was from Thyatira. That's in Revelation, one of those 7 churches. She worshiped God. Now look at this. And the Lord opened her heart to heed the things spoken by Paul. Now you understand, Paul preached, the Lord opened her heart, and she responded. The ones that God is at work in, he opens their heart, and all of a sudden they start listening, and then they respond and come to life. That's the miracle of salvation, and it's right here. Lydia, she responded, and responded and heeded the things spoken by Paul, verse 14, after the Lord opened her heart. In verse 15, and when that happened, she and her household were baptized, and she begged us and said, if you have judged me to be faithful in the Lord, come. And she persuaded us. When this woman heard the gospel, the Lord opened her heart, and she responded. What happened between there and baptism? What was it Paul told her and her family happened to her? That's fascinating to think about. We need to think about when Lydia believed and others in her family believed, the scriptures say they were baptized. Have you ever wondered what Paul told them about baptism? What did baptism mean to Paul when he administered it? What did Paul tell them happened to them when they got saved? Do you know why that's so important? Because we have a lot of people nowadays that don't seem to be miraculously saved. And maybe we need to tell them, this is what God does. And if you're saved, these things will be present in your life. Yet we have a lot of people that are sitting in their little, and it's not going anywhere. Their Christian life is going nowhere. And you say to them, where are your tires? They said, what are tires? You go, where's your engine? The Holy Spirit. They go, you understand? Paul explained to them what real salvation was, and then he baptized them. It's a miracle. And if it happens, it takes us from being a little edger sitting in the garage to being opened, filled, energized, and in the hands of God. Doing stuff we could never do. That's salvation.